You can be young without money, but you can't be old without it.
Welcome to the third episode of the Learn and Unlearn podcast with me, Gautam. In today's episode, I am talking to Mahesh Kathiravan, financial freedom mentor, about financial literacy. Mahesh is on a mission to help 1 lakh people to be financially literate and achieve financial freedom. Welcome, Mahesh. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much, Gautam, for inviting me.
Can you please tell us about your journey to financial freedom?
So very good afternoon. Thank you so much again for inviting me to this your podcast. So actually, my journey is all about struggle and a lot of failures. But I would like to start with one incident. 2003 was I think, was the turning point, I would say. I had gone to one watch shop with my father, and so we were a middle class family staying in Mumbai. We are basically from Mumbai. Originally, we are from Kerala, but we settled, and after our job, we got settled in Mumbai. So my father took me in one shop in Dadar. If anybody from Mumbai, they can know. And there's very famous shop in watch shop. So he called me, and I looked at watch. There were a range of watches. He just came and he wanted his watch to be repaired. So that shopkeeper came and he was doing something. And at that point of time, I was just looking the various watches in that particular shop. So I really was fascinated by one watch, and I think it was in the 2000 years. So there were a lot of digitalization, like Casio kind of things, and everything was there. So I had asked my father, Father, I really like this watch, and I want to buy this watch. Can you buy it for me? The father said that although he had money, but he said that one thing, my son Mahesh, just remember now, if I buy you this watch, it will be no value to you. The moment when you save that money for that watch, you will value that money and you will cherish that thing for lifetime. Now, these two sentences really made my day made my mind to be saving, and that's what the financial education came into my mind, and financial freedom came to. And that day, I started to save my money, and after 6 months, I got my watch, and I showed my father and told him that, Father, what you said at that point of time really it clicked, and that motivated me to save money, because till that point of time I never thought that how to save the money, why to save the money when my parents are there. Like in Indians, we always think that our parents are there for us everywhere. So why to do this all to take tensions? We can take after tension after 18 years when you go for job. But then when this sudden enlightenment, we can say, it came to my mind, and that started my financial journey. But over the course of the time, fast forward, if you can say 2017, I was just working from 2003, so 14 years I was working with corporate bank, various types of institutions like BPO and this thing. And 2017, another setback came to my life. It was in the month May 2017. My boss told me that I was working with a corporate bank in Mumbai, and my boss told that, Vaish, you have to go because you are in the list of 10% of the people whom the organizations are getting to plan get out the bank. Now this was again a setback because I was married for another 5 years and we were looking for to buy a new home in Mumbai, and we were just about to take that loan also. We have done all the processes of EMI, and that point of time when my boss came and said that my you have to go, it was suddenly I think it was a roadblock for me. I really don't know what to do. But then I thought that now is enough. We need to go a different journey. And this 6 months, after 6 months, I put down my paper. So I was on notice period for 3 months, and post that 3 months, I have to leave, be in the job because of the employee who were the backup for me. He did not came. Now the 6 months made me realize that what exactly the financial freedom means to me. Because at that point in time, I was savings a lot. Because just like I said, that incident really made me to save my money, invest a lot of things, study a lot of things of financial things, read a lot of books of Robert Kiyosaki and every famous people. And that made me to go into path of financial freedom, and where I started my journey as financial. 2017, to be more precise, October 1st was my. I can say that I was financially independent because at the age of 37, I achieved that kind of freedom.
Tell us about the importance of financial literacy in children and the youth.
Yeah, so this is a very important thing because young adults are financially precocious because they had a poor financial literacy and lacked money management skills and income stability. Now, we can say that now it has been caused due to rapid globalizations of financial market, which make the people to be adequately skilled to be able to make that we can say faster financial decisions. However, there was a research conducted across the world which indicated that financially illiteracy is prevalent even in well-developed countries like Germany, Netherlands, Sweden, Japan, Italy, New Zealand, and United States as well. The studies conducted in these various countries have shown that a significant percentage of young adults were found to be financially illiterate because they had poor financial knowledge and lack money management skills and income stability. Now, although the governments, the employers are playing a very important role in managing the investments on behalf of individuals, but over the course of them, they have shrunk their contribution as a result of change of the social structures in the world. A report on financial literacy from various countries across the world indicated that poor financial literacy had far-reaching and damaging impact on investing decisions made by individuals. Now, there was another study I would like to point out that Reed and Coaching, who was reporting on student indebtedness in US for the last several years, they had observed that two-thirds of students who graduated from colleges were heavily in debt due to education, loans, and credit card borrowings. So this all shows that there is a lot of financial literacy, importance of financial literacy in the case of youth. Now, like in India, we all say, like Prime Minister also said, we are a more of youth based country. So there is a lot of trend of borrowing also there among the young population. Now, according to RBI data, if I come back to India, the sectoral deployment of bank credit, personal loans, which includes your home, vehicle, educational loans, accounted for 96% of incremental non-food credit in the last financial year. Now, most of the people availing personal loans are professionals, the age group of 25 to 40 years. So these are the people they are mostly affected. Now, is there cause of concern? Yes. Are the youngsters are falling to debt trap? Yes. In countries like US, many households are living on credit. Now, just they are taking payday loans to make ends meet, and there are sometimes they get credit cards also to pay to existing card bills also. So will we be able to see a day like this in India? Conventionally, we can say Indians are very quite conservative, and I can understand most of the Indians are very safe. That is why we have that. The market when hit, our Indians are a little bit in the backward thing. But of late, there have been increase in the credit appetite for Indians because as of now, not many Indians households have fallen into debt trap. However, living beyond their means had already become a reality for small percentage of borrowers, and this trend is on rise. There's another survey is done by financial services giant Visa, which told that Indians are emerging one of the least financially literate among the 28 countries. And considering the population, India is the second most populous country after China. So a very important thing that financial planning and financial knowledge is only important, not very important to adults, but it's also important for early children to learn about money management and that they might probably learn from school and colleges. But however, due to the well-defined financial education framework, young adults in India start earning without being equipped with the knowledge and skills to manage their money. And I in my childhood, I can say my real life example. So me and my sister were always kept to the money matters by our parents. They always say that children, you should not listen all these things because these are financial matters. You go to other room and discuss. You study and you get out the you get good marks. But this is where the parents go wrong. Because when the children grow up, they are faced with difficulties regarding the decision they need to take regarding the income and the incomes. I can personally say that my sister, even now, she is facing the problem of maintaining the income and expenses balance because she have lot of many kept money in fixed deposit savings account, which doesn't give a lot of, but still he believes in that, even though she is a banker, of course. So this is very important. Now I am right now educating her to that. So I would say that financial literacy should be taught from age as young as 9 to 10 years. And when they are given this such exposure to this financial knowledge, I am sure that when they reach 18 years, they will be very good improvement in their life and they will be able to manage on their. And as they say that you can be young without money, but you can't be old without it.
Right. Can you also tell us about the role that parents and teachers have to play?
Yeah, sure. So this is very important question because the parents and the teachers are really very important in this all the things, and I would say why it is important. So it is said that at the age of 3 a child start understanding the concept of savings and spending. Now earlier experience with financial decisions making will be a foundation skill you can do and go a long way in shaping individual preferences, attitudes and behavior. In fact, by the time the child reaches the age of 7, their money habits are typically set. Now, by not introducing key money concepts to children in this phase, it makes it challenging for them to handle financial efficiency as adults. Now, the best way to teach money habits, I would say, what I have personally done in my life and what my parents have taught is a pocket money. It's a very good method. Instead of handling just money to your kids, make your kids work for it. Mutually decide a list of works for the child to perform during the month and pay them. They tell them that if you do this work, I will pay you if they complete all the tasks successfully. Now, lessons are there, no free lunches. That means you are not doing anything for free. So they will understand the importance of each 1 rupee also when they work hard for that. And if you impart this knowledge at early age, then as a parent, no, you will be very proud of that. Second is that plan a party. Now, work with your children to plan a birthday party. You might have planned a children's party for your child, but don't spend from your pocket. You sit with your child, you can set a budget, prepare a checklist with consultation with your child, discuss the teams, games, snacks, cakes, guest lists, and so on. Ensure that all the expenses are within the budget. Now, if your child want to invite more friends, tell them that how it will impact the budget. Say, for example, you have make the budget for 5,000 rupees and plus 7,000 rupees. So total 7,000 rupees are there. But if you say that guest is only about 15 to 20 people, and your child says that no, I want more guests, tell them that how will impact the budget. How will you will face a lot of problem in managing them. Your mother has to cook more food, we have to buy a lot of things, we have to buy a bigger cake, so all things are there. So this exercise will actually teach them the value of money and showing that the given sum of money can get them a specific quantity of food and services, which will help them to understand that everything has a cost and it's up to them how they derive the most value from they have. So the lesson what we learn from this particular my experience is that you should make the most of our limited resources with careful planning. Always the resources in this earth are limited and we need to use these resources with careful planning. Now the third experience I would say when my mother take me to supermarket and showed me that how to shop for groceries. So they taught me that how to read a label. Say for example, we have a ketchup. Small example we can take, and she showed me that two companies ketchup shares. She tell that by what is the discount in that, who is very famous in that, why they are very costly in that, and pick the one that fits in the budget. Now this is what which taught me a lot about finances also. So when I gone with my wife, when my wife was also financially illiterate because she came from that family where this was not so we can say not so topic. And when I came with her, I took her to a mall or a supermarket. I taught the same thing which my mother taught me. And literally, it saved a lot of money. In this pandemic time, also, we saved literally about 7 to 8,000 out of our supermarket things because we realized that when we compare the things of available options, we will always pick the one that fit the budget. As an adult, always the children will find this experience in avoiding the poor purchase decisions also. What is the lesson we learn from that? Be careful and do some research before making the purchase. There are a lot many sites are there right now doing online, and we can browse lot many sites. We can go personally also before making the purchase. Third thing is very important, build a fund. There's like I said, the watch experience. The watch experience really taught me that how to build a fund. Always my anything which I want to buy, I always build a fund. I always calculate back that calculation. Okay, the cost of this thing is 5,000 rupees. So how much time I will take to reach the 5,000 rupees, and what is the backtrack calculation I used to do. So every month, every day, how much I need to save. Now that lesson is that the savings is the first step to achieve financial goals. So these are, if you do these steps as a parents, no, they will ensure that children will inherit a prosperous financial future. I am sure about that because these are the real steps which I implement in my life, which I've been taught my parents also. So that is why I'm saying with so confidence that, and these are very small steps which, as an parents, no, you can do it with ease also. It's not like a rocket science. But however, children should not truly appreciate this luxury if you do not teach them the value of money. So I would request sincerely that start grooming your child today with this fun and engaging activities because they finance is a boring subject. I truly agree with you. But if you can make more fun and engaging, no, that is a very wonderful subject to be in part, and you will be fully satisfied that your children are achieving a beautiful financial future.
So it's not just the knowledge, but the discipline is also very important. Can you please also talk about financial discipline?
Yeah, sure. So thank you so much. That's very good line which you said, Gautam. Because knowledge is actually the one thing, but implementation is also very important because unless and until we implement the things, because knowledge is everywhere in internet, in Google, every part of the world we have, every person, each and every person we come across, even our neighbor would say that why you invest in this thing. So we have lot many knowledge, but how to implement that knowledge is very important. It's often been said that without discipline, no, it is impossible to achieve anything. It is single most ingredient of success. But what exactly is discipline? The most powerful definition I have encountered is given by Thomas Huxley. He said that is the ability to make yourself do what you should do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. Well, again, repeat this. It is ability to make yourself do what you should do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. How true? Being financially disciplined, no, it can be challenging for many of us. We start off with great intention. Never will say that we always spend. No, we always have a great intention that I will save, I will spend. I still remember my good old pre-marriage days when I met my wife, would-be wife, would be, and I used to tell her that we will save a lot of money, this and things. We will not have a lot of great intention, but at times, due to our lifestyle, we get so engrossed in our life, we sometimes get drifted over. And that's what happened with me also. Nobody is perfect in this world, my dear friends. I am also like you only. So I also sometimes get drifted over the path of this thing. But financial discipline is very important, fundamental element of any this thing because what I have done that is I came back again. Like I said, we have to fail, and again we have to come back. But if you don't come back, then it's a failure for you. So always remember that you have to come back. So there are some steps which I implement in my life. I would share with you. I would like to share with you so that you can also do that. So the very first thing is to set a money objective. Now you have heard that you have should have financial goals to steer your behavior. Otherwise, if you don't, oftentimes we don't create the goals because it seems too complicated and we don't know what should be the place. Very true, my dear friends. I am also was in that particular journey also. But now what I am saying is that I also looked at a different perspective. I was thinking a lot what to do, what to do, what to do. Then I came up with this approach of setting a money objective. Now it is a word or short phrase that gives a direction to your entire financial life and becomes a theme you rally around. You might keep the same money objective forever or update it from year to year. That's up to you. So, for instance, if you're worried about not saving enough for retirement, so your money objective would be future needs, online shopping out of the control, try spend mindfully, or kids' college could be a financial mantra if your number one priority is paying for your child education. Getting clear about your true objective is powerful because it turbocharges your financial willpower. There isn't right or wrong priority to have. Say, for some people, their children's education will be the high priority. For some people, it will be their marriage will be high priority. For some people, their retirement will be there. For some people, they will be financially independent. So it's not nothing wrong with priorities or not, but just pick something which you feel very strong about and pursue it with a vengeance. Like they say, there's a big difference between a desire and a burning desire. So what makes you that you will go to that extent that you will achieve that goal? So that burning desire should be there when you set this objective. The second is that use automation. I used automation a lot in my life. In financial freedom journey, I used apps which creates our budget thing, which automated my investment. So as soon as I was working as a corporate, and when I used to get the salary at the end of the month, as soon as the first or the second day of the month, my whole investment automatically get my savings account. It will automatically go to the investment account, and I know what is the amount of the money I have to spend for the year. So it is very important. So whether you want to save for your house down payment, emergency fund, or beach vacation, make it as convenient possible to achieve your money objective. And automation will also build in discipline to your financial life and reduces the likelihood you will never forget your objective or spend money on the things that you know need. Now you know most employees offer direct deposit for your paycheck. So some of the employees I can think that they might be doing still not cash payment. That's okay, but still if they are getting direct deposit, then it can be split into multiple account like what I did. So as soon as my salary came into my savings account, my salary account, I distributed automatically. It has been allocated that saying that standing deviation that this amount will go to investment account, this amount will go to my health insurance account, this will go to insurance account. So that way you need to segregate it. Now what will happen with this? You will be removing all the stress of managing the money, and after a while you will probably won't even miss them. This has happened a lot with me because I was under a lot of stress. But then when I automated this thing, I was completely peaceful. Third is thing is a very important. Give yourself challenge. I always like challenges. I always like new activities. Even my job when I was working as an employee, I was excited of doing a lot of challenges. So if you're controlling your expenses is a struggle, then beware that how it is holding back you from achieving your money objective. Cutting unnecessary expenses is a key to live beyond your dreams. So you have your plenty of money left over each month to reach your financial dreams. Now, for example, I can say like this pandemic time, I can say. So from the March to May, I used to give a challenge to my wife that I will cook at home every day for a month instead of eating out. We will do it like that. And we really succeeded in challenge. And you won't believe we saved about 10,000 rupees. So can you imagine how much money we used to spend alone? Now, again, thing is that not buy any new clothes for 60 days. Now, I am sure that during Diwali, you must have done lot of shopping. You must have bought new clothes. But have you checked in your locker or you checked in your bag, your cupboard, how many clothes you have brought and you're still not used for 1 or 2 years? Think about that. Do a challenge that you will not buy for another 60 days. A new year coming up, you take a challenge that you will not buy clothes for 60 years. I was shopping as an entertainment. Don't always take shopping as entertainment. Take a checklist from home. Sit with your wife, sit with your husband, sit with your children, parents, grandparents, anyone who is affected by your income and expenses. Sit with them, take a checklist, and ask them that what all you need to buy, and don't go overboard. It's okay. We as a human, we are not God, so we make mistakes. That's okay. You will buy one or two things, but that's okay. But you will not go overboard that you will bring lot many things which are not needed by you. So that is very important. And unsubscribe from all retail newsletters that offer sales that you can't resist. Now, in this digital age, I am sure that you must have subscribed to many retail newsletters which will be giving online offers and again and again and again. And it comes at one point of time, now your mindset beliefs and your subconscious mind will tell, Mahesh, you have to buy this. And I am sure that everyone might buy the thing, irrespective of your requiring that or you don't want. But afterwards, when you realize that, no, you will always feel that you have made that mistake. But don't make that mistake. You unsubscribe from all the newsletters. There is no need for that. Give yourself a challenge that for 1 month you will unsubscribe for all this, and you will feel that you will feel very confident that how much money you have saved. And last, what I have done that wait at least not 24 hours. That is, wait at least one day before buying anything more expensive. Like for example, if I take the watch incident only, my father told me that you have to save the money to buy that watch. No, like I said, although father had money, I would have done some crying and like we do some on natak and drama as a child age, and that time we also do like that. But my father will break that watch 1 or 2 days. He will wait and bring that. But what is the use of that watch? So always remember that you stay at home one day. Think twice before buying one expensive thing, whether there is needed or not, whether you can survive without that particular thing. If you can survive, no problem with that. Then you have given yourself a challenge and you have passed 100 marks there. So do this small challenges. I am sure that you will enjoy your time. You will make your financial life very fun and very engaging.
Do you see any gaps in the current education system? And also let us know your thoughts on how they can be addressed.
Yeah, sure. Actually, I would say that financial literacy is a part of should be a part of early school curriculum. Now, in today's world, the need of financial literacy has never been so pressing. But for decades, Indians' education system may not be able to equip its fellow citizens with even the basic financial skills and knowledge which is required to navigate through this increasing challenging financial world. I can say my example. Last week, I'm a financial freedom mentor, so I mentor people to be financial literate. So yesterday only we had a talk with my one client, and he said that Mahesh, just now I got a lot of bills because he spent a lot of money. He just became my client 2 days before, and I was just observing his financial skills and knowledge. And he said that Mahesh, I spent a lot of money in buying my Diwali this thing for my childrens and everything. And now when the credit card bill came, I was spellbound. I don't have money even to pay the credit card bill. No, the first question I asked him, uh, how can you buy these things when you never planned for these things? They said, Mahesh sir, I really don't know what has happened. Children were asking and I have brought the things for them myself also. And now when I'm seeing that I don't have money, so I asked him what you did. What he said, it was very shocking for me. He broke his fixed deposit. It's very shocking. You realize that his daughter is going to get married in another 2 years, and now he has blocked his FD. So this is what the financial illiteracy is there. They never understand the importance of the particular investment. And now, had he not had a knowledge of financial skill and knowledge, he would have not done this thing also. At first intentionally, he will not buy those things which is unnecessary. So that is very always I tell that he financial literacy should begin as a very early age and should continue ultimately to financial freedom. Now, in order to live even. Now, here are the few reasons I feel that it is very important that financial literacy should be a part of high school education system. The very first thing is that generation to be being aware. Now, what I mean by that, currently owing to lack of financial literacy, the general public is caught unaware of money matters, even as a basics like income, savings, or spending concepts. Now, introducing financial education as an early age and continuing it through the course of education will help by creating an opportunity to shape our country's future citizens into financially savvy population, which in turn will empower them to make rational financial decisions. This is very important. Second thing I would say that starting early making a difference. So, like I said, a child learns about savings at the age of 7. Now, introducing the implementation of financial literacy in high schools can be effective in more ways than one. For starters, a child brain is like a sponge, wherein he or she has the capacity to soak in information owing to brain developing at a faster pace during that stage. So this gives him the ability along with the knowledge to learn anything and everything thrown in that direction. Thus, you can equip themselves with the right skills, and children will be far more capable of making the critical financial decisions because they know how money works for the duration for their adult life. Third thing is that familiar grounds are easier to work on. Now we are living in an age where millions of people are finding themselves in crippling debt as they are unaware of how to manage money effectively. Like I said, the best example of my client, he was in debt of credit card, but he doesn't know how to manage the money. That is why he broke his FD. Now, unless the students are given the right opportunity right from the high school, they too are destined to face the challenges times financially. I am sure about that. So there is a small matter of the array of financial products and individuals has to familiarize themselves between this age and day ranging from mortgages, loans, investment options like mutual funds, futures, etc., and even credit cards too. A financial planning class as a part of curriculum can also drastically improve their knowledge about at least, if not or not all these financial products, but also ensuring that when these kids turn into adults, they will have an increasing familiarity with the matter of financial income. That is very important. The fourth thing I want to say that replace monotony with practicality. What I mean by that, beside written curriculum, there is always an inherent need to introduce practical involvement. How many of us, even I, when I was in school, I was more of, we always have a curriculum of theory knowledge. I am sure that everyone will agree about that also. A lot many things are to be done in practical way. So, for example, we can have a curriculum where practical work by teaching the kids how to open and operate a bank account in a stability environment rather than lectures. So we can prepare some videos, tell them, show them that how the parents can take children, go to a bank, what are forms should be filled, so that they can want to understand. No? Kids will be in a better position to understand real world concepts. Children all need to be taught how to manage their own investment portfolios so that they don't feel lost when the time comes to make a real world financial decision. This I would like to give credit again to my father because he never intervened in my financial decisions, what I invested. So I literally started in my investing in stocks, which I was not doing. I burned my fingers. I admit to that, but still I learned how I made the mistakes and again move forward. And now I can say that I can earn money from the stocks. But this is all be done when we make real world financial decisions. Now, this will all come when children will become responsible citizens, which in will turn contribute to improving the quality of their lives and to better functioning of the Indian society on the whole. Importantly, getting a first-hand look on the various financial concepts while in high school will also enable the children to relate better with the children's lessons, not only with each other but also with the adult individuals such as teachers and parents. Now, last, I want to say that it's very crucial that financial education is introduced right from the should be introduced right from the grassroots level because it is undoubtedly, I would say, essential life skill. And this pandemic, I am say, is a best example which has literally shown that how many people have gone into the debt trap because they never expected this pandemic, and that is why they never built an emergency fund. So, in this regard, actually, I have made my mission to educate my people, 1 lakh people, to be financial literate and how to achieve financial freedom. So, I have started promoting by just writing some blogs and articles on financial issues and trends in a manner people can relate. But that being said, like Gautam said, that we need to have that financial discipline, we need to have that financial skills and knowledge also, but more above all, we need to have that implementation. Because unless and we implement what we learn, is nothing. It will not go into.
Do you recommend any financial self help books?
Yeah, I would say the basics, Rich Dad and Poor Dad from Robert T. Kiyosaki. That is a very famous book you can go. And the second is that if you want to go for financial freedom, so Financial Freedom by Grand Sabatier is a very famous author who has achieved financial freedom at the age of 28. So you can imagine that whenever one guy, if at the age of 28 can achieve financial freedom, so why can't we as an individual? We can take it as a inspiring and motivation book, and you can go through it. Although it is from the US perspective, but still, then these both books can be implemented in our Indian life, in an Indian financial life, and we can take some of the things and we can surely implement our financial life and have a greater life.
That's all I had, Mahesh. Thanks a lot. It was very informative.
Thank you so much, Gautam, for inviting me on your podcast. And friends, I would like to say one thing about Gautam. Gautam is very excited and very passionate about this podcast because that is why inviting a lot of various speakers on this podcast. And I would like to say that please uh, do subscribe to his podcast and do listen because he's bringing a lot of speakers on various topics that will motivate you as a youth. Because as a youth, I would say that like our prime minister said that we as a youth population, no, we need to do lot many things as a citizen of India. And this podcast helps us to make that decisions, make that implementation skills into our life so that we can be a better youth and better serve our country. Because ultimately, if we serve our country, we will serve our parents, we will serve our family, and in a way, we are doing some bit to for our country also. So thank you so much once again, Gautam, for taking this initiative.
Thank you, Mahesh. Thanks a lot for listening, and I'm sure you found it useful. Please let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next episode.